Good afternoon. It is February 17th, 2024. I'm listening to a channel by Joseph Z. He's a prophetic, I would say, he has prophetic updates, and he's talking about the Kansas City shooting right now. And this link I will put in the description box below. He's talking about various topics actually in his this link, and I hope that you get a chance to listen to it. I've been following him on all news topics. I haven't been able to scroll through all the news stories because there's just too much news. It's actually imperative that you get to have as much news, at least as much news as you can consume. There's just too much news. Touches on various topics, is what I mean. The most vital topics, at least I think, to that extent. I wanted to share an experience we had. We went out to a restaurant and we had this horrible experience. The chicken, which was fake chicken, it was obvious after we consumed the salad that it wasn't real. Nonetheless, we realized that it was the artificial chicken that's obviously laboratory made. We were disgusted at the experience nonetheless. And this is obviously the trend that is in certain urban areas. We know what chicken tastes like. This was not the experience that we were paying for. We couldn't return it because we had already consumed a portion of it. We could have, but we didn't. And it's just the manufactured chicken that is being processed now and sold in restaurants now that we have experienced this ourselves personally is the world of that in which we've been prepped and we've already heard about it in the news about Soylent Green. Now it's here and it's real. And all these topics that we've covered in the past, if we go back a couple years, we talked about the preparation time, when to prepare for all this to roll out. It's here now. So as we walked out of that experience we were talking about, will we ever go back? The only thing that was good about the meal was the quesadillas. And that's a stretch. I just wanted to share this experience that I had as going into the urban areas. This is the quote trendy thing to do. I don't know how trendy it is to want to gag, but that's the truth of what the experience was. Now, I live in a farm country area where you still eat real chicken and real ribs, and you know the difference. And my takeaway from this whole experience is we live in such different times where if you live in the city, this is what you get. And this is what they push, this agenda. Whereas in the country, you can still get real chicken and you can eat an edible piece of chicken. Whereas there in the urban area, in the city, not so much. But going back to Joe Z, or Joseph Z, that is, I really encourage you to listen to his news feeds because he's going to give you a broader, more better perspective on prophetic news. As far as our discussions about the soon return of the Lord, some people may disagree. It's really a personal choice whether you disagree or agree. I think one thing I know is that we are all brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, and we all choose to believe that one thing is true, that Jesus is Lord. Amen. Jesus is God and King, and that's the one thing that we all need to know, and we have to stand by each other. This is a war, a spiritual war. We are in warfare daily, and we have to wear the full armor of God according to Ephesians 6:10. And remember, it says that iron sharpeneth iron so that we sharpen one another. If there's ever been a time that we've been in warfare, it's at the highest it's ever been. We need to know that this is important to be aware of the times we live in. Oh boy. As for the volume 5, I haven't released volume 5 as of yet, and I'm not going to until I know there's the right time to do that. But the story does continue with Saving Grace. I hope that at some point when it's ready to be released, that there'll be a perfect time to release it. But right now, it is still in progress. For those of you who've been following the storyline of Saving Grace, thank you for supporting it. But there is more to come in the story of Saving Grace as it literally comes to life, as that story will continue. When it's time to be released, I will let you know. Until then, thank you for watching, and God bless you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you at the next video.